Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Michele and I'm an independent demonstrator here with Stampin Up in New South Wales, Australia. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm just going to pop my chat up there just so I can see who's jumping on. But please jump on, say hello, let us know where you're from. It's always great to see new people. Now, very luckily this morning I received my order from the mini catalogue and mainly from the scrapbooking brochure. If you are in Australia and you don't have a demonstrator, by all means contact me and I can get a catalogue out to you of both our mini catalogue, our celebration catalogue, but unfortunately the scrapbooking brochure is a downloadable. But you will find links to that on my blog. But if you can't find it and you're not sure where to find it, then please send me a message via Messenger, and I will email a blog link to you or message a blog link to you. So let's get started. I thought what we'll do today, because I did say the other day we'll make a card, but first off I want to show you what I've got, and I want to explain to you why I've got what I've got as well. Because I did get probably more from the scrapbooking brochure than I did get from the mini catalogue. And then we're going to make a very quick card using one of the products from the celebration catalogue that you can get for free when you spend $100 or more. So I've just got to get rid of my keyboard, which I've got sitting here in front of me. I can't do anything with that there. So let's pop that there and let's have a look at, let me grab my mini catalogue and the celebration catalogue, which are just here. And let me flip my camera down so you can see what I am looking at. Okay, so here's our mini catalogue. And as this is now live, I can actually open this up and show you what's inside it. So I'm going to go through this. I haven't purchased a lot from the mini catalogue as yet. There are a few things that I really do like, and there are a few things in here I've already used. Stampin' Up have got some wonderful kits at the moment. I'm not a big one on kits, so you won't see me with a lot of kits, but they are great. I gave 2 kits away to the girlfriends of my sons for Christmas, and they are loving them. So they are a really great gift idea. Or if, going away on holidays and you want to take a craft with you for yourself, maybe even some of your friends or family that are with you to be able to enjoy, you can do so with our kits. So please have a look at the kits. And the kits are very, very wide in range. You can get card making kits, you can get kits that you can frame for your home, you can get watercolouring kits. There's quite a bit in there. There's even some journaling type kits that you can use to journal, every day. I actually am thinking of getting hold of this kit because I'm thinking of doing a Bible study type journal. And I thought that would be just a perfect way to do it. So that is something that is a kit that I would use, and I'd probably use it quite a bit. You've also have got your mix and match, which are a range of products that help you to create really quick and easy, simple cards. So they've brought out, in the catalogue to start with, they've given you lots of different ideas of layouts that you can use. And, of course, these layouts can be used for all sorts of cards, not just your mix and match. But they've brought out some card bases and envelopes, which have just got a very soft pattern on them. You've got the Celebrate Love Mix and Match ephemera pack. You have the Birthday Treats ephemera pack. You've got the Wishes and Florals tags, and you've got the Spring Mix and Match ephemera pack. Now, I did think I saw that because I did get this prior to Christmas. I think I've got it just right here, actually. Hold on one sec. Let me just lean down and get it. This is it here. I keep mine in these little stamp boxes that Stampin' Up sells. So I've got 2 of these ephemera kits here. I've got both the Spring Celebration and I've got the Greetings for all. Let me bring out the greetings one first. So what it has in this, now there's 2 of each design. So there's 2 sheets of white with black greetings on it, another 2 sheet with white and black greetings. Now these are Merry Christmas, sorry for your loss, Happy Holidays, Happy Mother's Day, thinking of you, sending sunshine. Now you could colour these up quite simply. Hello Deb, how are you? Thanks for joining us. You could colour these up very, very simply with an ink pad and a blending brush as well, or even colour them in with your blends or your markers. So there's still, if you wanted to add colour to these, you still can. Then you also have 1 sheet, or it's not 1 sheet, there's 2 sheets, but 1 design which is black with the white. So it makes putting cards together a lot simpler. And then you have this ephemera pack, which, as I said, is a spring celebration ephemera pack, and there's a lot of birds and butterflies and branches, leaves, even, for St. Patrick's Day. You've got these ones here, which has got some wording on it as well with your floral backgrounds and a timber look background. So there's quite a bit in there that you can use on cards. And look how delicate they are. I don't know whether you can actually see that. That's probably not a good thing to flip it over onto. Let me grab a piece of white cardstock I've got here. Let me show you how delicate. So they're quite delicate. So that's the ephemera pack. And as I said, I've had that for a little while, or got that before Christmas, but I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. So that might be for another day. So let me pop those over. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Here's some ideas, really great with ideas on different cards and tags that you can make using those ephemera packs. Then you have the Memories and More cards. So if you joined me on Tuesday night, you would have seen that I made a scrapbook page layout using these cards. But, of course, they aren't made for scrapbooking, but made for basically the pocket pages. But you can also use them on as to make cards with for your card fronts, and they bring out your basic white assorted Memories and More cards, which are just white cards that are sized. There's 2 different sizes there, a large one and a small one, but that are sized to fit these cards. So you can do lots with these as well. Now, I haven't purchased anything on that suite, but then there is the creativity. Sorry, this is it's just creativity your way. It's just here, there's some sets here that you can make your own cards doing it your own way, putting in more effort, a little bit more effort in than the mix and match. And the first one we've got to see here is the Storybook Moments. So what I have done with this particular suite, I'm going to sort of, as I said before, the scrapbooking brochure isn't a printed brochure, it is a link, so I don't have that to show you. But what I have done, instead of buying the scrapbooking paper, this designer series paper, which is for your card making, but you can also use it for scrapbooking, I actually purchased the scrapbooking kit, which coordinates with these papers. It doesn't have these lovely plaids in it, so I did buy those. So I have got these now. As I said before, I only just received these this morning, so I haven't even opened these up as yet. So lots of beautiful plaids, and I love plaids, which is good because I live in the Southern Highlands of New South Wales, and we're very well known around here for our Brigadoon at Bundanoon and our Scottish celebrations with that. So some really beautiful plaids, and you've got on the other side, you've got some other geometrical prints. So there's 4 of each page. I'm just going to flick through these quite quickly, but really pretty, and I can't wait to start playing with those, and they are going to look great, not only just with this suite, but you could team these up with some beautiful florals as well. So I can see lots of things happening. And again, you could use these on a scrapbook page. You just have to think a little bit more out of the square, tongue-in-cheek, because instead of being a 12 by 12, they are only a 6 by 6. So there's a lot you can do with that as well. But it comes with, in this particular suite, and you can buy all these components separately as well as together. But I do recommend that you always buy your stamps and your dies together because that makes a bundle. But you have got, I did purchase the Storybook Friends, and they also come with the Storybook dies. So really cute little images there of lots of little animals, a little bit of greenery, garden, rock wall, a little house, and some sentiments that are quite very cute, and you can colour them in yourself. And there's the dies, so it's a good photopolymer die set, and the coordinating dies that go with it. So one of the reasons why I really wanted this set is because I really love the frames that are in this. And I think I would get a lot of use out of this, not just with this, with the animals, but with using frames with flowers, all sorts. So you've got all these beautiful, delicate frames that have got a really nice vintage sort of feel to it. So, and of course, a lot of these dies here will also cut out the images on this designer series paper. Now, I didn't buy the paper. I have bought the, what are these are called? These the antique pearls. So I have purchased those, which have got a slight, I don't know, slight goldy tone to it, but still cream. Very pretty, actually. So I've got those, and I'm just going to pop them to one side and quickly show you. Now, this is what I'm going to be popping backwards and forwards between the scrapbooking brochure. So you can get to see what the whole lot is. You've got the Storybook Life. Now, this is the scrapbooking kit. It has everything in this to make 3 scrapbook layouts. It has all the instructions in here of the layout. So you can see there's this one layout here. Now, you don't have to do as a double spread. You could just do a single spread if you wanted to. And then you have another 2 layouts here. Now, they've done these. The top one has been done with gardening, so forth. I suppose I could bring it out because I don't garden. I'm a terrible gardener. But I could bring out, they've used poppies on there, and I could bring out my photos of, not poppies, tulips. I could bring out my photos of tulips because we have tulip time here, and I've got lots and lots of photos of tulips. But the other, you know, this is great for babies. And it comes with all the instructions of how to cut to put these together. Okay, so this is the workshop, and these are the papers. So let me quickly show you what's in here. Let me see if I can get this out. So you've got this beautiful paper, and it's got a really nice water wash feel to it. So it looks like it's all been hand painted and water washed. And then the back, isn't that gorgeous? The blue with the strawberries on it. Love that. And then you have this one here with the green, and then on the back of that one is just like a gingham, but in your probably crumb cake tonings. Similar sort of design, but this time maybe an Eclipso Coral. I haven't looked up the names of all the colours on this as yet. And then a large one of one of the plaids. Now, that's nice. I like that. I'm glad they've done that. Strawberries. Now, this is a single-sided one. So this is one of the papers that you won't get in the mini catalogue. So this only comes in the workshop. And then, again, another plaid. Again, that is a single-sided. So that's one of the special papers that you only get in the workshop. And then it has a range of colours in the double-sided white core paper cardstock, which there is great for your scrapbooking. And it's double-sided, so it has dark on one side and lighter on the other. So really great for die cutting leaves or anything like that. You could alternate them, so you've got leaves in the same shade but two different colours of that shade. So really fantastic idea. Oops, didn't do that one too well with that. Along with all of that, so there's quite a range of colours there, is some, I think it's called Willow White Willow, which is the base cardstock, and then you have some die cuts. Some really great titles there. So you've got springtime. Actually, these are stickers, not die cuts. So you've got springtime, Sun Bunny Special, Sweet, You Are So Sweet, Sunshine and Warm Days, some photo corners, and again, there's beautiful strawberries and flowers and a little bunny. So you could add some more to that. You have some photo placement cards. And then we've got another sheet, die cut sheet here, again with some more frames, some butterflies, some pots, lovely duck or goose, and then that's just backing sheet. So there's quite a bit in that. So I decided the reason why I purchased this rather than what was in the mini catalogue is I'm wanting to do a lot more scrapbooking. I wanted to, my priority was to see what the scrapbooking papers were like, and if I really liked those, then I would be buying the other one to coordinate with it as well. So that's what I have done this year, is to sort of spend more on my scrapbooking side, because that's where I want to spend a bit more of my time. And then if I really like that, and I'm missing out on some of these, which I think I will be ordering this designer series paper. Now, I didn't get the second stamp set that goes with this, which is this one here, and dies, and I didn't get the ribbon. That may be a little bit later on down the track. I don't use a lot of ribbons, so that one is sort of maybe for me not something I might go down. I tend to like to use my baker's twine and my linen thread. Okay, so let's go on. They've got some great examples here of different cards that you can make, scrapbook layouts that you can do. And then we have the Friends of the Ocean suite. I haven't got that one to show you. I've got the Floral Delight, and I've showed you that one before, so I'll skip over that one quite quickly. There's the beautiful broken butterflies, beautiful butterflies. Again, I haven't got this one as yet. It is on my wish list though. And you've got a butterfly dies that cut out the butterfly, dies that cut out like a card front. It's got a score line across there, so you can make it with a card, whether it's butterflies on both sides cut out or just one side cut out and the other side regular. It is does come with an embossing folder, because it is one of the, let me just think what they call it. It's where you can actually put the die into the embossing folder and die out, cut it as well. My brain is just not quite working with me today. I can't. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm going to keep working on. Hi, Anita. How are you? I need you here with me, helping me, Anita. Okay, the next one I've got here is the Wildflower's Birthday. Now, again, I've done the same thing with this one. Then I haven't bought anything actually from the mini catalogue, but I did out of, actually that's a lie, because I did buy the party dots, because I thought those colours were great, and they're not too high. They're sort of fairly flattish, so they would work on a scrapbook page. But again, what I've done here is I've actually bought the workshop collection rather than what was in the mini catalogue. So let me quickly show you what's in here. Same sort of thing. You have all the instructions here to do 3 different page layouts, and you don't have to do their layouts if you don't want to. It's just a good starting point. So I'm sort of using this as an example because you will be left over with lots of papers and so forth, which you can make cards out of. So I'm sort of using this as my jumping point. And so I thought, well, I can use this more and get more out of it. And then at a later date, if I feel that I want to get more out of it again, that's when hybrid, thank you, Anne. I knew someone would help me out. The butterfly one has a hybrid folder. Oh, tell you, age getting on me. Yeah, so this is my jumping point. This is sort of like getting for me, it's like buying a little sample of the paper or a little sample of the fabric or whatever and giving it a try, giving it a play, because I feel that I'll get more out of it doing scrapbooking than I am going to be doing so much with card making. But if I really, really like it and I really want to do more with it, say, for example, I decide I want to run a class on it in one of my in-home classes, then I'm going to go and buy more because I won't be able to do in-home classes using this paper. But it's just a starting point. It's a jumping off point. So let's very quickly have a look. We've got 2 sheets of this particular designer series paper, and it has the stripes on the back of it. Beautiful little florals. I love anything that's got blue in it, so that's going to be good for me. And that one's got a pink back on it. The blue spots make great backgrounds on with that one. There's 2 of that. And you've got a little green gingham. I love ginghams. Love ginghams, loves tartans. Here's another one with a swirl on it. Now, I've got a feeling this one could be, yep, it's only one-sided. So this one is, again, one of the ones that only come in the workshop, the scrapbook workshops. And then you have this one here. So none of these have got the gold foiling on it, which is the point of difference between the mini catalogue one, okay, for the Wildflowers Birthday 12 by 12 designer series paper. It is a specialty one and it has gold foiling on it. There's no gold foiling in this. Okay, so here's another specialty one. Then we have the range of cardstock that goes with all of these. Again, you've got your white as well. There's quite a few white ones there by the feel of it. So you've got all those lovely ones there. And then we have our die cuts. So you've got a nice big birthday cake, or it doesn't even have to be a birthday cake. Could be a wedding cake, could be an anniversary cake, whatever you want to make this into. And it's a big size, so it's probably a little bit too big for card making, but great size for your scrapbook pages. So you have that one. This one's also got another sheet of die cuts with swirls, leaves. This must be the sticker sheet. So again, you've got another cake. You've got lots of little tags you can add on. You've got your wording, celebrate, special day, love this. Some other more beautiful flowers that you can add. And then again, your photo placement cards, okay, in all the different sizes. So that's going to be a really good starting off point with me, because some of these I was sort of thinking, do I really want these or not? And I just thought, yep, I think I can get some use out of these as a scrapbooking page. Now, I'll probably find it a little bit harder to work with the pink because being a mother of 4 boys, I have got more boy photos than I do have girl photos. But I've also got photos of my husband, myself, and my mother. We all celebrated a couple of years ago what we are calling our 200th birthday, because we had one party for all of us, and when we added up all our ages, it came to 200 years. So we've got our 200th one. So I'll probably use that with that one there. So I didn't actually get the stamp set or the dies that go with this. I'm sort of still umming and ahhing on that one. I didn't get the ribbon to go with it. But again, that may be something I will get a little bit later on because it is a little bit different to the normal ribbons. So maybe I will use that. Again, you've got some examples there. And I think that's pretty much what I have got from this mini catalogue. So I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to go through the whole lot for it with you. Pop that over there. But I am going to show you what else I got from the scrapbooking brochure. So they had another one in there, and it's called Everyday You and Me. And I really love this because, number one, it's blue. Blue is my favourite colour. Number two, I can use this with boys. I can use this with my husband. These are my colours. These will work really well with a lot of photos that I have. So again, it comes with a sheet here showing you how to do 6 or 3 double-page layouts. But as I said before, if you really only wanted to do 1 page, there is no reason why you can't just do 1 page. You don't have to follow these layouts if you don't want to. But if you haven't done a lot of scrapbooking and you really do like these, follow the layouts and follow them carefully. I will go through that all with you in another time on how that all works, because today I just want to show you what I've got here, and then I still want to create a card with you. It also has these. Now, I didn't even realize these were in this, and these are gorgeous. They're little laser cut. They're cut on chipboard. Put it out of the packet. But they're very, very delicate. They're quite gorgeous. So you could possibly colour these. They're in a, I'm trying to think what sort of colour would be. It's like a grey, but it's got a slight brown to it. And, of course, because it's laser cut, it does have a slight browning to the edges of the chipboard. But they're just that little bit heavier than a cardstock. But some really, really nice little images there that you could use on your layouts. Now, I'm going to pop that back in there, because I can feel one of them already starting to pop out. And let's very quickly have a look what else is in here. So these are sort of like a green, blue, teal type colouring. I'm just wondering, probably at the end it'll tell me what colour. And then you have that one, which is almost like a wild wheat type colour, which is nice, but I do love that. Same sort of tonings, but again, with it has texture in the pattern. It's like a photograph. It has like a fabric sort of texture to it. It looks like an embossed, but it's not embossed. And then on that one, that is beautiful. That would be great for beach scenes. That would be great for, so many things. A little bit of a retro sort of look. Quite nice. And there is actually 2 of that one, but they've separated that a bit. And on the back of that one is that beautiful little floral. So still a little bit girly, which is okay by me. Don't have to have everything for boys. Then this one here, just very, very soft with little floral tones all over it. And that's just a single page one. So again, a special one. Now this design here is not in any of the other catalogues. So this is just simply for the scrapbooking brochure. Which I thought was really good, because it's just something that you probably won't find elsewhere. So then you've got that, and that one again is just a single-sided. That's the same as the other one we showed. Now this is a large die cut, which I think is just wonderful, and it has got a little bit of a yellow hue washed over it as well, but you can trim all that, pop all that out, and you've got this lovely shape to go inside. Wouldn't get rid of this, because you could punch out or die cut, some leaves and flowers and whatnot else in that as well. Die cuts, beautiful big like daisies. You layer those up, leaves, some little journaling spots here, a title there. Some really nice pieces in there. And then here, because I mean the tonings of that, even though it's a lot lighter, it is very much the Pretty Peacock, but it's very pale Pretty Peacock. So again, your double-sided cardstock. And then we have some more stickers. So some really nice, some more titles that you could use. Enjoy the moment. Some more journaling spots. No, just really nice. Really, really like this one. This one is going to be a fun one to play with. So I'm going to have to source some. Oops, that's just getting caught on something. That's a big die cut one. Source out some photos and see what I can use to go with that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Now let me just have a quick look on the back here, because it does tell me grey granite, Lost Lagoon, mossy meadow, pecan pie, Pretty Peacock, very vanilla, and yep, wild wheat. So some really nice bits and pieces. So I'm going to be looking forward to playing with that one. And also with that comes a stamp set, which has got all of these. Now the titles in this are probably a little bit bigger than normal for cards, but I think you probably could still use it on a card. If you wanted to use it. So much joy you could use, happy, even better together. I mean, all of those can be used. They're just larger. And then you have all these lovely florals, and it also comes with some dies to cut all of those out. So with these dies, you've got to cut out the flowers and the leaves. So there's more that you can add to all of this. So I think that's going to be, that one is going to be a lot of fun. Now, of course, we've been talking about the double-sided cardstock that's Stampin' Up. I'll just pop that over to one side. I don't want to lose that, that they've been bringing out. So, and in the mini catalogue, with every range, they bring out a range of papers to go with them as well. So, and this is just my idea, because eventually they're going to be bringing out all of Stampin' Up's colours in this range of paper, as well as our regular 12 by 12 cardstock. But what I tend to do, and I do this even when we have new colours in our cardstock come out at the beginning of each new catalogue, I don't buy a full pack of the full colour unless it's a colour I really, really love and I want a lot of. I like to buy the kits with the mixed colours in it. Again, just for the fact that it just gives me a taster of what's available, and then later on when I know that, yes, that's a colour I'm going to be using a lot of, I will then go and buy a full pack of that colour. At the moment, these colours, these particular papers, the two-tone papers, are being introduced slowly, bit by bit. So we don't have every colour. And in the brochure, there are packs now. We've got more packs. So they introduced full packs over Christmas. Then they introduced, I think there's about another 6 full packs in this brochure, and then they have all these mixed packs that go with each one. So this is the one that goes with the Storybook Life. So what it is, it's 2 sheets of each colour, and without taking them all out, I'll tell you the colours that are in this one. It's Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, and Wild Wheat. So it's also starting me off with a little bit of a collection of those colours. If I don't use them in the cards or in the papers, like in the scrapbooking, I'm going to have these left over, so I've got them for a future. So it's just giving me a taster of what's to come, because not all of these colours in full packs of 10 have been released as yet. So I'm not going to open the other ones up, but again, I did the same thing with the Wildflower Celebrations and the same thing with the one that we were just looking at, the Everyday You and Me. Oh, sorry. Got a frog in my throat. So that's what I've been doing, and that's my thinking for all of this. May not make sense to you, but for me, it's going to work out perfectly, I think. So I can now play with all of those and work out what I want and what I don't. The one colour I did get in a full pack because, again, you've got your rewards. So I got this out of from my rewards. I chose crumb cake. So this is one of the, I think it's about 6 colours that they've put out in the brochure. And so I've got a full pack of crumb cake because besides the full pack of white and full pack of black, I thought crumb cake would be another one that I would actually use quite a bit of. So I was quite happy to get a full pack of that. So that's that. Still got a few more things here to show you. And then we're going to create. So let me just pop these away. So I can see I'm going to be doing a fair bit of scrapbooking in my future. It was one of my resolutions for last year and I started. And this year it's basically I'm carrying on with last year's resolution. So more scrapbooking. Okay then. Now, we also have products that have been released in the online exclusives. And this is one that I've got from there. Because I spent a lot of my money on the scrapbooking brochure. I got the elements of texture because I really love having some texture on my cards. Even on my scrapbook pages, these could be used. So there's a couple of different types of splatters and 3 different size textures. This one's in more of a typed. These 2 are more in a script. So we're going to have a lot of fun with those as well. And of course, at this time of year, we have Celebration. So with Celebration, every time you spend $100 here in Australia or $200, you can choose something for free. So these are my freebies. So I've got Friendly Seagulls. I got that one for free. So that was a $100 spend to get to that one. And you're waiting for yours to arrive. I didn't think mine were going to arrive until Monday, actually, Anita, but I was really surprised. I went out this morning, came home, and look what was sitting on my doorstep. I've got the Corner in Blooms. Oh, dear. This one here, you needed to spend $200 to get this one. Just a lovely little floral. Some of these can even be used on you because it's a nice big floral. You could use that on your scrapbooking page quite easily, I think. Actually, it's probably better to see it from there. So this one here could be used quite well because they are big. But I thought, no, I can make use of that. So I've got that one to play with. And the other one I got, because I did spend a little bit too much money, I've got another one here where you also had to spend $200 to get, and this is the heart-shaped. So it's got just a very simple stamp set with a heart in the stamps and a few lovely sentiments and some flowers and some leaves. But with this set here, you get a set of dies that go with it. So let me just open this up. I feel after a while, after I've been talking, I'll be looking forward to making a card in a minute. My voice is just getting a little bit rough and sandpapery. So your heart-shaped dies. So it comes with this lovely floral die here. You've got a little banner here to put a sentiment in. This one here would cut out those 3 flowers. Then you have a little individual flower. You got the 2 little leaves there and another little sprig of even like buds and leaves on that one. So I thought that was actually quite pretty, and I've seen quite a few people making things from that one. So I'll be looking forward to having a play with that. But today we're going to play with the Friendly Seagulls. Now I'm just going to pop that into there and take my shirt out of the box. We're going to have a play with this and just make up a really fun little card. Just a very, very simple card. So what I've got here, I've got a whole stack of, I've just been doing a bit of cleanup, and I found a whole stack of card fronts that I've pre-cut. So this is just in basic white, cut at 10.5 by 29.9, scored at 14.9. I have grabbed I'm actually going to stamp or colour partially on that. I have grabbed a circle from the Stylish Shapes that I have pre-cut previously. We're going to be using that. And I have grabbed some, let's just move all of this across, some blends here. I have got grey granite, I have got pumpkin pie, and I have got daffodil delight. I have got my memento black, and I have grabbed also balmy blue, crumb cake, and pool party. Now I've got pool party because I wasn't quite sure whether I want to go balmy blue or pool party. I may not even use either of them yet, but we're going to have a play and see what we come up with. And I've also got my linen thread. So let's create a simple, fun but simple little card using this stamp set. So this is the first time I've used it. It is a photopolymer. So I will need my mat, which should be in here somewhere. Here we go. There's a clean side to it there. And let's make a card. Now with this card here, I'm actually going to start with putting some colour onto my card front. Now this is going to be my card front here. And just want to grab one of these. It probably doesn't have too much colour still coming out of it. I like to wash these, but I haven't washed this as yet. So I'm going to get my crumb cake. Actually, I won't use that one because I want to do crumb cake. So let me grab a clean one, clean brush, and I just want to add a little bit of crumb cake. Another one of the hearts one you're coming to, Anita. Can't wait to see what you do with yours. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some crumb cake. I might just take that off for a moment, but I am going to take a little bit of the surface colour off there, and I'm just going to add some crumb cake to my card. In actual fact, I'm going to change my mind. I did actually want to add a bit of blue to this, so I'm going to swap that out. I'm going to pop that over to one side, and I'm going to grab that blue brush again. Wherever I put it, just here. And I'm going to change the crumb cake. I'm going to go the balmy blue. Just had a thought of what my original thought was before, what I was going to do. Doesn't really matter. You could do this either way with the crumb cake or with the blue. But I am going to go the blue. Just take a bit of that off. And I just want to make sure that I've got this opening that way. And I want to do a bit of blue on my surface here. So I'm just doing a circle of colour, and I'm trying to make it fairly strong because I sort of want it to represent almost like the sky. Now this is just a really, really, really simple card. I usually tend to do cards with lots of layers and things like that, and lots of bits and pieces on it. But I thought today, no, I just want to do it really simple. I'm looking out my window here, and it looks like we might have another storm coming. It's sky is going a little bit dark. Okay. Now I want that area to be a bit bigger than my circle, and I think I can bring it out a little bit more. That's probably enough about there. Then I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to put the crumb cake on this one. Okay, so I just want to put a little bit of colour, but instead of going in a circle, I'm going to do backwards and forwards across that way. Just want to do almost a stripe. Just going to turn that around. And I'm just doing a backwards and forwards motion. So this one here, I've just gone around in a circle a bit. And this one here, I've just gone backwards and forwards. So that is that on those. Okay, so that's all the inks we're going to be using besides the memento. So now I'm going to grab my stamps. And we need a couple of blocks. Just grabbing a few here. And I need to work out. Okay. I think I'm just going to do a very simple sentiment and put, hey friend. And I'm going to use, I like the bird with the chippies in his mouth. So we might use him. So let me grab that particular stamp. So there he is right there in the middle. Cool, my blocks might need a little bit of a wash. Let's grab our mat here. And we're going to use a little circle for this. And pop that out of the road so we don't get anything on that. Grab our memento. Just give that a really good ink up. Just want to make sure I've got really good coverage there. Okay. And I just want to pop him with that stripe going across his middle. And we're just going to pop him on there like that and just let him dry for a bit. Then with our blends, I'm going to colour him in. Now, a seagull is basically white and grey, but they can have a little bit of that crumb cakey colour in them as well. So I'm going to start off with my dark. I'm going to use my fine tip. And I'm just going to colour in the edges or the outer part of his wings. And Stampin' Up have given us some lines on here which we can follow. I might just pop a little bit around the top of his head, so a bit of underneath there, a little bit on the back of his tail, around his body, just to give us a bit of shading. And then I'm going to come in with my lighter one. And I'm just going to go, including that stripe, just bring in those colours there. And I just want to just do a little bit of shading in here. Now the only thing I haven't grabbed, which I'm just going to have to grab it, so bear with me 1 second. I've got to turn around and grab this off I want one of the colour lifter. Wind is starting to pick up outside, so we may have that storm. And I'm just going to go around these edges and just soften these edges on the inside of his body with that colour lifter. And just there where I've added some shading. And I might just add a little bit more shading just here and here. And a little bit of colour lift on there as well. Now we need the light pumpkin pie, I think, and I'm going to do his beak and his feet. It's quite cute. And the chips I'm going to do in the light. Of that. So there's basically all our colouring done, just keeping it really, really simple. So let me just bring that up and show you. Not much in that, just really just wanted that quite simple there. So then we're going to grab our card front, and in here they have some birds. Again, I'm going to stamp these in my memento. You could actually do them in the balmy blue. I might just have a quick look what these could look like in the balmy blue by just going onto there. Yeah, we might just do, make sure I've got my card open the right way. Just a little bit of an angle, pop a few of these. Yeah, it's a bit softer than going in the black. So we'll pop some of those on there. Now let's have a look. What else have we got on here? We've got the seashells. So we might pop some, put that to one side. Let's grab seashells here. And our crumb cake again. Here I said before there's no more stamping. And we're adding lots of stamps, lots of little bits and pieces in this, which could look quite cute. So we're just going to add that one there. Yep, it's pouring with rain. I hope my husband didn't leave any windows open, because I'm not able to go run around and get them. We'll pop another one underneath there. So we've got a few seashells there. Let's have a look. What else have we got on here? We've got, we see them better on here. Got these little bits. Got fish if you want to put fish in the ocean, but I don't think I do. Might put some little bubbles though. That could be quite cute. So let me just take that off. These could be little bubbles or little pebbles. And I might do these actually in the crumb cake. Oh, it's coming down. We've had so much rain here over this last week or so. It's been quite hectic. So that's going to go about there. I want these forming a little bit of a, not necessarily a straight line, but a line across my card. And I'm going to do another one down there, and that's going to go just on there like that. Very cute. Send the rain to Victoria. Oh, quite happy to. Okay then, so we want our sentiment. Now, I was thinking of just using Hey Friend. I love you more than chips. Let's have a look. So, keep looking up and looking out my window, and it is really teeming down. I want to pop that up there a bit, and I might even do some more birds somewhere. Just needs to come up a little bit, I think. Hey, friend. I love you more than. Okay, that's the position. I like those. This I'm going to do in black. Now, putting both these stamps on together just makes it a lot easier stamping the whole lot together. Just going to make sure I get it where I wanted it. I love you more than, and I probably really should have given those stamps a little bit of a prime because they're not coming up real clear, but that's okay. Just feeling around for another stamp block, and oh, have they? Well, that's good that they've opened that up. So I'm assuming that all the fires from down there have now put out. And I'm going to put chips. Just stab that off for a second and just re-ink. Something's happened here. There's a siren going. Okay. So now I have finished all my stamping. As I said, this is just a very, very simple card. But what I do want to do, I grabbed my linen thread before. Got to give it a little bit more texture. And I was thinking about putting another row of birds, wasn't I? Just maybe another one up here somewhere. Just to lift, because at the moment I feel like my card is coming down too far. If I had my birds going the right way, it would help. Just to lift the card up a bit, because at the moment it's sort of starting to head off my paper. So and I'm just going to run my finger across that a few times. Tie a big bow. I need a bigger one than that. More thread anyway. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to add a little bit of seal just about there and get rid of that now. Don't need that. Just wants to twist a little bit. I don't really want it to twist. See if I can untwist it. As long as we only do one twist back in there. And then we're going to grab some dimensionals. Oh, they're not out. They're just under control. Oh, gee. Because that started before Christmas, wasn't it? I am just so, I mean, I don't wish bushfires on anybody. I don't wish them on, Victoria or any other state. And I don't, like seeing all the fires happening at the moment over in America too. I wouldn't want to wish them on anyone. But we have been so lucky here in the Southern Highlands. We have not had a fire here now. Probably, for at least maybe 3 years. And every year we sort of like, is it going to happen this year? Because probably a little bit like the Grampians, we're in a bush area. Town I live in, Mossvale, we are very much here a farming community. So we're probably a little bit luckier here, but it's only just down the road and, you know, we can have fires. You know, even before Christmas, we had a big fire in an area not far from here that if was left to its own devices could have been, you know, quite bad because it was in an area where they didn't have access and they had to actually helicopter fighters into the area to get it out. But luckily it stayed small and it only took a couple of days to get it out. But, I mean, you know, we have had fires here where we've lost properties, lost homes and, you know, very easily could have lost lives. So I have got a very good idea of what fires can be like. I can remember when my boys were very, very little and sitting at the house we used to own in Mittagong, watching the fire on the mountain sort of in front of my house and watching it go to the top of the mountain and then, you know, sort of go back down and come back up again. And sitting there on the phone to my mother going, you know, Joe's in Sydney and I'm stuck here with the boys and, you know, there's a bushfire coming. Yeah, it's not a nice feeling. So I do hope, Anita, that they, you know, they keep those fires under control. I'm very lucky that I'm glad, you know, I complain about the rain, but I'm glad we got the rain. The only thing it does do is it allows things to grow, and unless people keep control of their grass and so forth, we can still get grass fires. But yeah, no, bushfires, don't really want to see them again. But I am living in an area that is prone to them. So the biggest trouble is they started in an area that they couldn't access. Yeah, that's what it was like here at one spot here. It was only a small fire, thankfully, but it wasn't accessible. Yeah, and there's strong winds. I know exactly where you're coming from, Anita. Been there and seen that. Because the thing is, with a fire, and I don't really want to dwell on this too much, but with a fire, and this is what we learnt in the last big fires we had here, is that they can create their own storms. You know, they swirl around so much. They will create a storm. They will create their own lightning and so forth. So it starts off the lightning strike and so forth, and you have winds and all that sort of thing. But then when it's big and heavy, you know, like very big fire, then they create their own little storm cells, which just makes the situation worse. So, and that's what happened down the south coast of New South Wales and around here, you know, 3 or 4 years ago. So don't want to ever see that again. I've got photos where the sky was just black. And even that, though now I'm living in a town where I'm a long way from bush and everything like that, it's still close and still concerning. But anyway, I'm glad that's hopefully under control and they can keep it that way. I am praying that the people in America all are safe, though I do know that they have lost a few people and they're expecting to find more deaths. But, yeah, just keep them all and keep everybody in our prayers. It's lovely to have summer weather and all that sort of thing, but, gee, you don't want to have to make a choice of what things you can keep and what things you can't. But in the end, it's people that matter. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my live today. As I said, just a very, very simple little card because it is a very simple little stamp set. And I think you can have lots of fun with it. So that's my first little, and even if you don't want to do, like that's right on my card front. So that's really just a one layer little card. If you wanted to, you could cut that piece off, cut it down a little bit and put it onto another card front, mat it. But I really just didn't think, when I was sort of thinking about this, what I could do, that it needed that. It's just a fun little card. So have a great day. You might see me doing a lot more scrapbooking. The only problem is it does take a while when I do it as a live. That's why most of my scrapbook lives are only a single page. But I do want to show you more scrapbooking and more different scrapbooking techniques as well. Thank you, Anita. I'm glad I'm entertaining. No, that's great. That's made my day, actually, because sometimes I get off this and I'm going, oh, was I boring? And I thought the other day, oh, I've got to be more cheerful when I do these lives. I've got to talk with a cheer in my voice, a spring in my voice. So, but yeah, no, that's great. Okay. You love my scrapbooking? Thank you, Sue. So you want to see more? Good. I'll have to go. I've said to Joe the other day, I've got to go through all my photos. I have got photos, and I think I said this the other night in my live. I've got photos from one end of the house to the other. And I bought one of the kits, the autumn kit, out of the last scrapbooking brochure, and I know the photo I want to use. I have got that photo framed, but I do know I've got that photo printed somewhere. And do you think I can find it? So I've got to go through the whole house, pull all the boxes with all photos floating around everywhere, and collate them, bring them all together into one spot. I do have albums with photos in. Mind you, I've got about 6 or 8 scrapbook albums lying around as well, because I've been scrapbooking for 25 odd years or more, starting from before I even knew what scrapbooking was. So I've got lots of things here I've got on the go, lots of things I want to do, but first off I've got to collate some photos and pull out some photos. But it's really good getting back into scrapbooking, getting those photos into albums, so then they can be seen and they can be shared. Hey, in a cardboard box does nothing. Yeah, in the days before we had digital cameras and we printed everything, whether they were good or bad, everything got printed. You couldn't make a choice of what you wanted or not wanted. And my husband doesn't like throwing photos away, so I have got hundreds, if not thousands, of photos lying around this house. So I've got a big job ahead of me, but we'll get there and we'll scrap them all, Sue, just for you, one photo at a time, if need be. No, I'll try not to do one photo at a time. And then I've got to go and start scrapping the ones that I've got on my computer. So that I'm going to go, and I'm going to go and vacuum my lounge room floor because that needs to be doing, and get the rest of the day done. Maybe even get myself some lunch. So I hope you all have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend. I hope you get rain down in Victoria where you need it, and put those fires out at the Grampians, and everything else. But in the meantime, take care and have a lovely and safe weekend. Bye for now.